What's up, guys? It is IRGT85. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone is having a great day. I'm filming this Friday night, so I'm in an especially good mood because the New York Knicks just won. No, my setup isn't complete yet, but we've made major strides. The bookshelves are assembled, so today, Saturday, I'm going to be putting stuff on the bookshelves, but you're not interested in that. No. You are interested in the video game news, and that's what we're here to talk about today. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like and share the video as well. Thank you guys so much for 400,000 subscribers. An absolute milestone, just totally crazy. But without any further ado, let's talk about what's going on in the world of video games, and we're going to start things off with a Sony State of Play announcement. So Sony announced a new Sony State of Play event. This will be taking place on Wednesday, October 27th, so this upcoming week at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But a lot of people, I think, need to have expectations in line, because if you read the blog post over on PlayStation's website, it doesn't sound like it's going to be all that crazy. They did say that they'll be focusing on announcements and updates for upcoming third-party releases. The show is around 20 minutes or so. We'll share new looks at previously announced games, plus a few reveals from our partners around the world. So I'm keeping my expectations in line with this. You know, I'm not even gonna make like a predictions thing or anything like that, because I just feel like, you know, a state of plays can be really good, or they could be really just sort of off the wall and just something where you're like, all right, you could have done this in a series of tweets or something like that, or YouTube, you know, trailer drops or something like that. So I'm keeping my expectations in line with this. I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but I will watch it. Maybe we'll get something cool out of it. But yes, a new State of Play for upcoming third-party games for the PS4 and PS5 is happening next Wednesday, October 27th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. What do you think will be there? Do you think there will be anything crazy? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, we got a little bad news. I don't like to do bad news. I don't mind bad news if it's something that, maybe I could get a little bit angry about and rage on it. But when it's bad news and it actually makes me kind of sad, then, I don't like that. And this is the bad news that makes me sad sort of type. So one of the big Nintendo Switch games for the rest of the year was, of course, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Now, this is a game I was really looking forward to. I loved Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance, and I thought, hey, I would love to play these games again. Oh wait, the games have a new visual style? That looks pretty cool. Oh wait, the games have online modes as well now? Well, that's just freaking great. I cannot wait to play this game. It was supposed to release on December 3rd of 2021, and usually when Nintendo sets a release date in mind, they of course follow through with it. This isn't a company that usually changes anything up or anything like that. Usually when you get a release date, it's pretty much written in stone, but it seems like the times are changing. The times are changing because now Nintendo is just like every other company out there, where they announce a release date for a game and then they delay the game. They sent out a tweet yesterday, saying, "Hello troops, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, which was set to launch on December 3rd, will now release for the Nintendo Switch in spring 2022. The game just needs a little more time for fine-tuning. You'll be battling with Andy and friends soon. Thanks for your patience." Damn it. Damn it. Look, maybe I'm the only person in the entire world who's really looking forward to this game. Maybe nobody cares about this game, but I really wanted to play this year. I really wanted to play it this holiday season because it felt like it was going to be a good game. It felt like it was going to be a fun game. And when you look at the other companies, what they're doing this holiday season, of course, Microsoft has Halo Infinite and Forza. PlayStation doesn't really have anything. This was just yet another game for Nintendo Switch owners to have and to play and have their thing as their own thing, their own exclusive title. So I'm definitely a bit disappointed in this, but I did feel kind of like it was coming, though. Somebody on Twitter said that I had said in a previous video that I felt like there was something up with this game, that there was going to be potentially delay. I don't remember saying that, but maybe I did say it. But it kind of made sense because when you think about how quiet Nintendo has been with this game, like they haven't said anything beyond E3. Like they showed the game at E3. It was like, here's this game, Advance Wars. It's coming out this year, and then that was it. So there was definitely something up with the game. I'm sure the game will be fine. It's it's not really all that hard to do the Advance Wars gameplay style or anything like that. Maybe they're just fine-tuning some things like they said, maybe they're doing something with the graphical style of the game. Maybe they heard a lot of bad feedback on it. I know a lot of people online, and speaking of graphical styles, we'll talk about something in just a moment. Maybe they sort of felt some negative feedback on this. I don't know. For me personally, I thought it looked fine. I thought it looked kind of, it looked a little different, but it looked very clean, almost a little cartoony, which, Advance Wars and Battalion Wars always had that sort of look to it. But yes, Advance Wars will be coming out in spring, so that's yet another game coming out in spring. And when you look at all the freaking games like coming out in the first part of 2022, it's going to be literal insanity. Like, it's going to be insane. So yes, Advance Wars, a little bit of a delay. Let me know in the comments down below if you are saddened by this like I am, or are you just one of the people that doesn't care about Advance Wars? And finally, we of course know that Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy, consisting of Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, was indeed coming to platforms this year. Now, we didn't have a release date or a trailer for the game or anything like that. We just knew it was happening. But now we got release dates, we got pricing, we've got trailers for it, and there's definitely a lot of stuff to talk about with this, especially with the Nintendo Switch version of the game. Now, this is a Rockstar game, and since this is a Rockstar game with a Rockstar trailer, they will copyright claim your use of this trailer if you use more than a few seconds of it. So there'll be some weird pauses and pictures from the game that they also released as well. But one of the main things that everyone was talking about was the graphical style, because like I said, they announced the game today and they showcased the trailer for it. I don't know why everyone is so upset about this graphical style. Like, what exactly did you expect in a trilogy of Grand Theft Auto games? You can still play those old Grand Theft Auto games and they play fine. The thing I'm looking forward to is the improved controls that makes it play more like GTA 5, which all three of these games are going to have. The new visuals, I think, look very nice. They look very clean. Sure, some of the characters look a little bit different, but I think when you look at the comparisons of stuff like that, it looks really good. Like, yes, of course, you'll probably get 4K when you play it on the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I want the Switch version. I want the portability aspect, and that is the version I'm going to get. So the game will be releasing on November 11th on all platforms at a $60 price point. Once again, people are complaining about the price point, and I'm kind of getting tired of this whole complaining about pricing thing, because it just seems like every game now it's like, well, I don't think that game's worth $60. I don't think that game is really indicative of a $60 product. You're getting three of arguably the greatest sandbox games of all time, like just absolute mayhem, great stories, great soundtracks, great gameplay. The gameplay is getting improved upon. It's being put on modern platforms. And you'll have the ability to have these new graphics. Like, what? Like maybe $50, but $60. This is the game that's gonna break the bank. This is the game that's the tipping point for your $60 purchases. It just blows my mind. But here's where things get very interesting, because like I said, the game will be releasing on November 11th for all platforms, but a physical version of the game is also coming out as well. The physical version of the game is coming out on December 7th. Now, there's no listing for the Nintendo Switch version of the physical game, although it has been confirmed that there is going to be a physical version on the Nintendo Switch. Now, when you look at the product listing over on Nintendo's website, which I need to go ahead and pre-order it, there's definitely something that sort of sticks out here, and that is the game file size, coming in at 25.4 gigabytes. Now, if you know anything about physical games for the Nintendo Switch, usually developers will only use a 16 gigabyte cartridge, and then if there's something else that they have to do, it'll be via download, but they haven't said, Rockstar hasn't said that anything will be available via download or anything like that. It seems like it's all going to be on the cart. So what exactly does that mean? It doesn't seem like Rockstar themselves is publishing the game for the physical version of the game. It seems like Nintendo might actually be involved with this, because Nintendo has done things with other games on the Nintendo Switch to utilize something like a 32 gig cartridge, and the only time you really see those 32 gig or bigger cartridges is when Nintendo has a direct hand in the publishing of these games for the physical version of it. So Nintendo could be publishing Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy on the Nintendo Switch. Like, that to me is just absolutely fascinating, because that kiddie stigma still exists for Nintendo games, and people are like, oh, Nintendo, that's a kiddie company, you like Nintendo games, you're stupid. But like, this really just sort of proves that narrative completely wrong, especially when you look at all the games that are available on the Switch, all the Resident Evils, Dooms, all that sort of stuff. But I just find that very fascinating that it seems like Nintendo will be publishing this game. And I guess that really boils down to whether or not it's going to be all on one cartridge. Everything that we've been learning so far about this seems to point to that. And the only way I could see that really happening, and the fact that Rockstar themselves hasn't said they are publishing the physical version of the game, is that Nintendo will be handling the publishing of the game themselves. So I'm looking forward to this. You know, if you think the graphics look bad, like, go away, because this game is for old people. You know, this game is for people who played Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas when they first dropped. A lot of people that are complaining about the graphics are people who probably were like 2 years old when these games came out. So I just cannot take your opinion with any sort of merit, with any sort of value. This is an old man collection of games. You could go play, you know, GTA 5 for the millionth time, but I want to play these 3 games. I want to play these 3 games on the Nintendo Switch while I take a dump. So I'm really looking forward to this. Of course, we'll be doing videos of this game when it comes out on the channel, so be on the lookout for that. And that's pretty much all I got to talk about with you guys today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments section down below. State of play, what do you expect? Are you sad about Advance Wars like I am? And Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy. Is Nintendo going to be publishing the physical version of the game? Are you interested in this? Because honestly, I'm gonna double dip on it. I already see it, you know. I'm already buying the digital version because that comes out sooner, and then I'm like, oh, I want the physical version too because I like to put stuff on a shelf and let it sit there. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like and share the video as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.